Officer James Patterson was on his nightly patrol in Valdosta, Georgia, when he pulled over a sleek SUV for a minor infraction. As he approached the vehicle, he was surprised to see none other than NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal behind the wheel. Shaq, known for his charismatic personality and love of cars, was enjoying a rare moment of solitude on a quiet evening drive. However, his peaceful night was disrupted by the sudden stop. Officer Patterson, a dedicated and by-the-book officer, had been reflecting on his shift earlier. He had dealt with a speeding ticket and helped a lost teenager find his way home. It was routine work, but James took pride in his role, knowing every small act contributed to the safety of his community. As he approached Shaq's vehicle, he couldn't help but feel a mix of surprise and curiosity. What would happen next was unexpected, and would leave a lasting impression on both men. As James cruised along a dimly lit stretch of road, a sudden flash of headlights caught his attention. A black SUV sped past him, slightly above the speed limit. While the infraction wasn't severe, the vehicle's sheer size and the driver's confidence and handling piqued James' curiosity. He decided to follow the car, his instincts telling him there might be more to the situation than met the eye. James turned on his flashing lights, signaling the SUV to pull over. Shaq noticed the lights in his rearview mirror. Though he was accustomed to being recognized wherever he went, he'd hoped this drive would be uneventful. Still, he dutifully pulled to the side of the road, rolled down his window, and waited. James approached the vehicle cautiously, flashlight in hand. The SUV was impressive, sleek, custom-designed, and exuding affluence. As he tapped on the tinted window, it smoothly rolled down to reveal a face he couldn't immediately place but found oddly familiar. "Good evening, sir," James said, maintaining his professional demeanor. "Do you know why I pulled you over?" Shaq, his voice calm and deep, replied with a smile. "I guess I was going a little too fast." James nodded. "That's right. Can I see your license and registration, please?" Shaq reached into the glove compartment, pulling out the requested documents. As he handed them over, James glanced at the license. The name on it stopped him in his tracks. Shaquille O'Neal. James blinked, staring at the license, then back at the man in the driver's seat. His mind raced. Could this really be the Shaquille O'Neal, the Hall of Famer, the basketball icon, the man whose face was everywhere from sports magazines to commercials? His heart skipped a beat as realization dawned. "Wait, are you Big Shaq?" James stammered, his professionalism momentarily slipping. Shaq chuckled, his grin widening. "That's me," he said, leaning back in his seat. James took a step back, his eyes wide with disbelief. He pulled over one of the most famous athletes in the world. "Wow," James breathed, trying to regain his composure. "I didn't expect this." Shaq shrugged, his demeanor as laid back as ever. "Hey, it happened. Just doing your job, right?" James smiled, appreciating Shaq's understanding. Over the years, he had encountered a few high-profile individuals, but not all of them were as gracious. Many used their fame to intimidate or avoid accountability, but Shaq's humility stood out. "Look," James said, "I'll be honest. I grew up watching you play. You're a legend. I never thought I'd meet you like this." Shaq laughed, his deep voice resonating in the quiet night. "Life's funny that way, isn't it?" They began to talk, the initial tension dissolving into a warm and engaging conversation. James asked what brought Shaq to Valdosta, and Shaq explained that he was visiting family and checking in on a local charity project he supported. James shared stories from his time as an officer, including moments that reminded him why he loved his job, even on the tough days. At one point, James couldn't resist asking about Shaq's career. "Do you have a favorite moment from your playing days?" he inquired, his tone laced with genuine curiosity. Shaq thought for a moment before replying, "You know, I've had a lot of great moments, championships, MVPs, all that. But honestly, the best part was connecting with fans, especially the kids. Knowing you can inspire someone just by doing what you love. That's what it's all about." James nodded, moved by Shaq's words. The conversation shifted to deeper topics: humility, resilience, and the importance of giving back. Shaq spoke candidly about the lessons his mother had taught him, emphasizing the value of treating everyone with respect, regardless of their background or status. As their conversation continued, James found himself reflecting on his own life. Here's the corrected script. He admitted that at times, his job felt like an endless cycle of routine tasks: pulling people over, writing tickets, and handling minor disputes. But hearing Shaq's perspective made him realize the ripple effect of even the smallest actions. You know, Shaq said, it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind, but don't underestimate the impact you're making. Even if it feels small and it matters, you matter. James felt a lump in his throat. Those words, coming from someone he admired, carried a weight he hadn't expected. He realized how much he needed that reminder, that his work, though often thankless, made a difference. Before they parted ways, Shaq reached into his pocket and pulled out a signed card. Here, he said, handing it to James, a little something to remember tonight. James looked at the card, which read, "To Officer James, thanks for your service. Every small act of kindness counts." It was signed Shaquille O'Neal. James's face lit up with a wide smile. "Thank you," he said, his voice filled with gratitude. "This means a lot." Shaq nodded, his expression sincere. "You're welcome. And hey, keep doing what you're doing. The world needs more people like you." As Shaq drove away, James stood by his patrol car, watching the tail lights fade into the distance. He felt a renewed sense of purpose, a reminder that his work, no matter how routine it seemed, had meaning. It was a night he would never forget, not because of Shaq's fame, but because of the genuine human connection they had shared. When James returned to the station, he couldn't help but share the story with his colleagues. It quickly became the talk of the precinct, a moment of levity and inspiration that had brightened their night. Meanwhile, the story didn't stay within the precinct for too long. For Shaq, it was just another day, another opportunity to connect with someone and leave a positive impact. For James, it was a reminder of why he had chosen this path in the first place. And for everyone who heard the story, it was a testament to the power of mutual respect and the simple, profound connections that unite us all. This story of Shaquille O'Neal and Officer James Patterson teaches us profound lessons about humility, kindness, and the power of human connection. At its core, it reminds us that even in situations where authority and fame collide, respect and understanding can bridge the gap between two individuals from entirely different worlds. In a remarkable display of humility, Shaquille O'Neal chose to treat Officer James with kindness and respect, rather than asserting his celebrity status. This encounter highlights the significance of recognizing the impact of our actions on others, even in the simplest interactions. Shaq's words about the power of small actions resonated deeply with Officer James, reaffirming the value of his work and inspiring him to see his role as an opportunity to positively influence his community. This story showcases the importance of treating everyone with dignity, regardless of their status or background. The mutual respect and kindness displayed by Shaq and Officer James created a meaningful moment that left a lasting impression. In a world often marked by division, this story reminds us of our shared humanity and the power of kindness to inspire and uplift. As we reflect on this encounter, we're encouraged to approach each interaction with an open heart and a willingness to connect. We're reminded that even the smallest acts of kindness can have a profound impact on others. By embracing humility and empathy, we can create a ripple effect of positivity that inspires others to do the same. I hope you like this story. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.